I'm going to share with you an amazing teaching. It's about taking the high road. Taking the high road is not easy. This message is a poignant message. It's painful because when you take the high road, it's not easy in the beginning. It's rather painful. And you can become quite stagnant in the beginning as well, which makes it painful. Nonetheless, eventually, you see its value and you know why you did it, and you know the benefits of it, and you feel the benefits of it on the deepest level within the core of your being. I'm going to tell you a little story. A couple of years ago, I was made aware that my ex's friend was in a coma. And because of that coma, she was debilitated. She couldn't do anything. I remember at the time really feeling this in the bottom of my heart. I felt this at a very strong place within me that that person struggling with her coma was actually better off than I was. That sounds shocking, doesn't it? Worse off than you were, Jessica? You seem to be perfectly fine and healthy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Well, this person eventually died from her coma. But when that person was in her state of a coma, I remember thinking about it and then turning to my ex and saying to my ex, that person in the coma is better off than me. Because at least she's recognized for who she is. At least she's seen for who she is. I know it's painful. I know it's a struggle. I know it's heart-wrenching for the family as well. But at least she's recognized for who she is. Her family see her for who she is. Unlike Jessica Madden, who had to live in the shadow of herself. I remember the time my ex-partner, my ex-spouse, my ex-abuser turned to me and said, "How dare you say such a thing? Your stupid gender dysphoria, which is minuscule compared to this poor girl struggling with this terrible, debilitating condition." It's okay. I don't expect somebody like my ex-abuser to understand such a deep understanding, such a deep level of contemplation, of grasp. You can't grasp something if you don't understand it. And that's okay. Similarly, on a similar note, when you're dealing with somebody who tries to hurdle you, heckle you with verbal abuse, and you take the high road, you hence realize that that person's just not so smart. They don't understand that by them hurtling you, heckling you with negativity, with their attempt to make you feel inferior, unworthy, they're hence giving you a fine glimpse of what it is they are struggling with. Like I said so many times before, you can't hurdle somebody, you can't heckle somebody with negativity and abuse, verbal abuse in particular, without being insecure, inferior to the core of your being. It's impossible. Getting back to the story, I remember at the time this poor girl was struggling with this debilitating coma, and she died from it eventually. Her family were dedicated to help her and salvage her to the best of their ability to make her feel somewhat more comfortable. And I quite literally felt that that person's just better off than I was. That is quite literally what it's like to be struggling with gender dysphoria. You're like in a burning building. You're like existing in the shadow of the people around you. is debilitating. It almost killed me. Nonetheless, it made me find my spark. I'm glad for my past. I'm glad for the struggles I've been put through in my past. I'm glad for my past abuser. I'm glad I went through that. And I'm also glad that I experienced one of the worst days of my life, which was when I was in the police station being interviewed after my ex had fabricated false allegations. It was debilitating. It was painful. It broke my heart. I was being recorded by the police, and it was very serious. It was very, very scary. I remember at the time, it felt like I'm not going to survive it. Quite literally, I felt like I was not going to survive that. Nonetheless, I survived it. I took the high road. I carried on fighting, carried doing whatever I had to do in order to survive, in order to be myself. You think it was easy? It wasn't. That's why I told you in the beginning of this message. It's a poignant message. When you first start taking the high road, it is damn painful. It is crappy. It is like hell. But eventually, you shine, you illuminate, and you glow. I love my life. I love what I've been through. I love my struggles. I embrace my struggles. They built me. They made me be the person I am today, the strong person I am today. If it wasn't for those struggles, I wouldn't be who I am today. If it wasn't for the people who tried to encourage me to commit suicide, who tried to encourage my parents that I'm better off dead, if it wasn't for the people who fabricated false allegations, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do on a daily basis. Take the high road. You have no idea how amazing you will feel eventually. Take the high road. You have no idea how much that person's abuse is so much about them and is so little to do with you. It's not easy. Taking the high road is not easy. Don't kid yourself. But it's worth it. Getting back to the story I began this message with today. Why was it that I felt so downtrodden, so debilitated to the point where I found this girl struggling in a coma to be better off than myself? Why was that? You know why that was? Because I felt the world around me to be more important than myself. I felt the road, the path, to just be behind me. I didn't see it as in front of me. You see the path in front of me now? That's what I didn't see when I was struggling at that point. I couldn't take the high road. I couldn't see the vision in front of me. I couldn't see my own vision of life. Life felt impossible. Life felt debilitating. Today, I'm grateful for it. Today, I am pleased that that's what I went through. I want to carry on today's message with a powerful message, which might sound contradictory in the beginning, but bear with me, you'll understand where I'm getting with this. What happens when you're dealing with a person who disregards you, who makes you feel inferior, who ignores you at times? What does it feel like? How are you meant to react? I'll give you a nice parable. Just imagine you're in a shelter and they turn off the lights. You stick around because you got nowhere to go. Then they turn off the heating and it's pretty damn cold. The heating's off and it's pretty cold. You're like, God, what do I do now? Where do I go? Then they turn off the gas. And then you're really feeling like, better get out of here. It's not for me anymore. That's what it's like when you hang around somebody who has given you all the indications that it's time for you to go. Have you ever had in your life where you simply hung around somebody who gave you every single hint that it's time for you to go, to take yourself off to somewhere else? I've had that in my life. Might be painful when it first happens, but it's actually God's way of saying to you, Madam, sir, it's time to go. It's time to pack your bags and get moving along. Goodbye. It's not for nothing that person's treating you that way. It's because that person's abusing you. You know, it's been scientifically proven that if you ignore somebody, you make them feel rejected, it's as painful as physical and verbal abuse. It's just been proven so, scientifically. But nonetheless, that's not where Jessica Madden's heading here. I'm heading here to the point whereby I'm telling you that when you take the high road, wherein you serve your life for yourself, you serve yourself, you take care of yourself. Like I've said so many times before, you cannot be kind, love yourself, whilst at the same time neglect yourself. You can't be kind to others, whilst at the same time neglect yourself. If you neglect yourself, other people will neglect you too. It's impossible not to be neglected by others if you neglect yourself. Allow that to sink in too. It's part of taking the high road. When you take the high road, you don't react to somebody else's pain because you love yourself. If you love yourself, you don't have to react to somebody else's pain. You don't have to react. You can allow them to shout and hurl you with their abuse. You get it and rise above it. If somebody ignores you, take the high road. Move on. See it as a clear indication that it's time for you to find somewhere else to go. Like the rented accommodation or the sheltered accommodation. It's time for you to take the high road. Figure out where you gotta go. Not that place, everywhere else, but that particular location. That's today's powerful message. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Feel free to share this video with your friends, family, acquaintances, and peers, and whoever you like. And why not drop a comment in the comment section down below? Feel free to do so. I'm really grateful for the amazing commenters who have dropped their amazing comments in the last few weeks, in the last few days. I'm really grateful. Beth, Mike, Rashawn, Positivity, Karen a while ago, and many others. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your kindness. I send out blessings and grace to you and to everybody watching this video. I send out blessings and good tidings to everybody, including people who abused me, neglected me, and rejected me. Everybody. I wish them blessings, happiness, and tranquility. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I love you all.